Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 31-year-old Ohio resident Kyle Campbell traveled to D.C. with a friend, and instead of watching Donald Trump's speech at the Ellipse, Campbell and his friend followed the crowd and headed over to the Capitol. So Campbell was among the first group of people to arrive. He was also one of the first people to pull down the snow fencing that was surrounding the Capitol. And the area closed signs were very visible. After entering the restricted grounds, Campbell maneuvered his way to the front of a police line. Another member of the mob pushed Campbell, and so his back made contact with an officer's riot shield. Well, instead of moving away at that point, Campbell stretched out his arm and he started pushing on the shield. So the officer almost lost his balance, and then Campbell backed up and ran headfirst into the shield. He pushed on it with his full body weight. He used both of his hands. Eventually, Campbell lost his grip on the shield, though, and so he started pushing against the backs of other members of the mob, and they were in turn pushing against the police. But Campbell must have been hit with some pepper spray at some point, because he eventually fell back into the crowd and he was seen wiping his eyes. The damage was done, though, at that point, because the prosecutor wrote, quote, "Campbell's participation in one of the initial acts against the police line in front of the southwest staircase helped to further embolden the mob from that point forward on the West Plaza, resulting in a bloody scene with officers attacked by rioters who eventually gained access to the southwest stairs." Campbell's brazen actions as part of the initial push of rioters against this police line helped to kick off this violent scene and emboldened other rioters to attack officers on the West Plaza. And a while later, Campbell and his friend were seen on the Upper West Terrace. They were there for about an hour. So Campbell was arrested on December 11th of 2023, and he was charged with assaulting officers, civil disorder, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and 2 counts of physical violence. In July of 2024, Campbell pleaded guilty to assault. So he was looking at up to 8 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. The prosecutor, though, requested only 27 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. And Campbell has a bit of a criminal history. In 2010, he was convicted for possession of alcohol while under 21, also littering. He received a suspended sentence of 240 days plus 3 years and 1 day of probation. In 2015, he was convicted of disorderly conduct after he had been arrested for assault. Again, he received a sentence of probation only. And in 2018, Campbell was arrested for driving under the influence. The prosecutor, though, didn't provide any details about the conviction and the sentence for that. Unfortunately, U.S. District Judge Randolph Moss presided over Campbell's case. He's erred on the weak side in these January 6 cases, and no, he is not a Trump appointee. He's a weak Obama pick. In the end, he sentenced Campbell to only 4 months in prison, 4 months of home confinement, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. A complete and total slap in the face to every officer who was brutalized that day. Campbell was the tip of the spear, as you heard. Right? This warrants far more than 4 months in prison and 4 months of Netflix and chill. I mean, the only positive is that at least it's home confinement and not home detention. Under home detention, they can still leave their house. They can still go to work. They can go to doctor's office or doctor's visits, church, other places that are deemed necessary. Home confinement is like being in prison in your own home. You can't leave for any reason. Sounds like heaven to me, but a lot of people, I think, would go stir crazy. So there you go. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see if this is one of the ones that Trump lets off. I mean, he was violent, clearly, so shouldn't be. But again, we'll see, and I will keep you posted. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.